Sure.
So I'm on with Wayne from Sowingo. We're talking about the integration. Obviously, we focused on the top 4. This gets you about 80% of the market. There's a lot of information on this page. So I was just kind of talking to Wayne. We need 4 things to build this. We can get you up and running, in the span of typically a weekend if you're already set up with the endpoint. So it's $15K for the first integration. We can break that payment up if it's easier. Just ask Eric. I broke it up under out of 3 or 4 payments for him. In fact, I still think he owes me money. But anyway, so if you wanted to do Dentrix, Eaglesoft, and Open Dental, it would be $25K. And so $15K where we do the setup, and then we set up the endpoints, things like that. A lot of these customers are Sika replacements, which is a product that's being probably end of life by Dentrix and Eaglesoft because they aren't following the rules of the developer program. So yeah, we have 100% referenceable customers. You can call Eric or any of the people that you see on our slides. They're all super happy. It's a great product for us because we've spent now 10 years and over $250,000 building this, and we've completely commoditized it where we now give it away for $15K. So it took me years and years to build this. The guy who built it is the senior developer for Dentrix, who built their API program. So we get that kind of next level, especially with Dentrix. So looking here, the fields that you want to choose. So if you click on the field availability, it brings up a Google spreadsheet, which has and this would be a next step. Making sure that this has all the fields that you would like in it. So Open Dental and Dentrix, obviously, those are definitely the best to work with. But it has provider information, treatment, procedure, schedule data, appointment data. I'm not sure if you really even need that stuff. Insurance information, patient payments, anything that is available through their API programs for Dentrix and Eaglesoft is available. And then Open Dental is, we can continue to add more and build more. And same thing with Dentrix Enterprise. So that's on the page. It's right under field available right there if you wanted to take a look at that.
Yeah.
And
you've normalized all the keys, I guess?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's more expensive for the first one, because the heavy lifting is done in the first integration, and the data is normalized and it comes over. So you really only have to have one endpoint to consume all 4 of those integrations. We are not the middleware. So that's a big thing that Dentrix and Eaglesoft will not allow people to act as a middleware. And if there's somebody out there that's doing it, they're not going to be around for long, and nobody is allowed to hack in anymore either. So they have these developer programs that you have to join, which I'll talk about in just a second. So we have a setup guide. This more information actually is a pretty good one, especially probably for you, Wayne, from a technology perspective. It just has a little bit more about the JSON and has some samples of the sync files. Oh, we also have a Dentrix toolbar thing, which we can talk about, but most of these products are built in .NET. So all the connectors are also built in .NET, C#. And so this kind of takes you through how to activate the integration, what we need, the API methods. When you talk to our customers, they'll tell you our documentation is amazing. And that's what Zanya said.
Good,
yeah. So anyway, so there's a sample of the syncer files that we build for you. So we actually, it comes with 20 hours. So the 15K comes with 20 hours of actual help from my developers to help you build this. So literally very little time of yours does it take, other than building your own endpoints. And I'll introduce you to the guys that run the developer programs. They love working with my customers because they know that it's built in a certified manner. So you literally leapfrog to the front of the line with both of these guys. So the developer programs, I'll just give you Dentrix as an example. Eaglesoft is very similar. They can, depending on the level of access that you need, we paid the $5,000 for read-write, full read-write. You guys may just need the lower end version where it's hey, I just want to read data out so I can report on, X, Y, and Z. You and I could probably talk a little bit more about the use case that you've got for this, but I can see where that would come in, right? And then it's $15 per month per site. So we only have, ours is the people, like Mouthwash and other customers of ours, they're like, okay, Trav, you're never going to charge me any monthly fee, right? Yes, we're never going to charge you a monthly fee. It's a one-time cost. It's a sunk cost. You get the code. We deliver the code to you in the Bitbucket repository. So you'll branch off on your own code, and then we'll create a unique syncer. So if anything ever changes on the high level, when, we've done this, now hundreds of times, right? So we have, anytime anything new comes out, which is really rare because these systems are all pretty baked, right? If you've seen them, they're like old, and even the UIs are terrible, right? But bottom line, that doesn't matter. So there's very few changes that happen, but if the changes happen, it's then available and updated for all of our customers at the same time. So that's the beauty of how we've done it. And you'll appreciate this. We have a mind share of industry experts. So taking a look at, all of our customers, we've created a Slack channel for this. It's kind of like a mastermind group of all of, these are all of our customers: Patient Prism, Zoob, et cetera, Patient News, Schedule Widget, et cetera, Dental Warranty. And what we do is we have them, if there's any questions or any updates or anything that we want to do to kind of move the industry forward, like, hey, let's push EagleSoft to give us more fields. We've kind of created this big groundswell, this big magnet of people pushing those guys forward. And then what happens is, if you have oh, by the way, we're also integrating with TDO Endo right now. So that'll be one that you'll be able to integrate in with soon. And then what people do is they break it off and have separate conversations. So like, this is Sam, who works for Swell, who's directly talking to Martin and whatnot. So very easy. Most people use Slack if you're a development organization these days. And it's a great way for us to kind of keep all that communication going. So there's a couple more videos on here. This is how to set up the endpoints, talking about that. There's another video down here on how the install goes for EagleSoft. And then we'll also help you with your first 10 installs. So as a part of the 15K, comes with those 20 hours, and also comes with us helping you with your first 10 installs of the actual syncer.
Okay, so could you just kind of briefly high level, how does this work in terms of so you give us a Bitbucket that I guess is customized-ish based on, I guess, our polling needs, and I guess it polls from each individual client site. Is that how it works? And then where does the syncer live? Like, is it an AWS instance? How does it work?
No, so it's different because, again, these are client server environments, right? So
these are the on-prem ones, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and by the way, we're in the process of integrating with Curve, which is a web-based product, but, I only promise what we have now because, how that goes, being in the software world, right? And so bottom line is, so the syncer is a little MSI file that we build for you, and then
so they install it.
Yeah, they install it. So, or you install it for them. Typically, if you have really good instructions, the dental office can do it themselves, or typically you'll give it to their IT guy. It takes them a couple seconds. I use Splashtop to remote into them because they're, or TeamViewer is typically on most of these computers, where we remote in and we'd go through the install process just to make sure it works properly. But for the most part,
what does the clients need for install? Like, do they just put in their Dentrix password?
Yeah, so they need their Dentrix password, and they need to be an admin. So they need to be logged in as an admin with the admin account, and then they need the Dentrix passphrase, and that's it.
Okay, so it's pretty standard. But it's basically the installer becomes an MSI, and then you use a polling technique to query. It's probably SQL queries into whatever Dentrix or EagleSoft, and then I think it's I haven't done Windows, but it's like WCF to send it out.
Yeah, it's a JSON. I know that. But
so the delivery of a JSON to any one of our endpoints, right?
Correct. Yeah, and if you have a technical question, or if we need to jump on, obviously Martin's available if there's anything super technical, but
I just want to understand the flow of data because if we use this in Canada, we have to make sure the the
True.
data doesn't flow across the border, and then for the
Yeah,
American clients. Yeah.
I got you. No, that makes sense. And yeah, I'd love to, if you have connections at AbleDent or any of the systems up in Canada, we're open to integrating with anybody. And
Okay.
there's a few different ones up there, right? So, and
Do
it's, I
you
think, very
guys
similar.
integrate with OMS Vision right now?
Yeah, Jay Wood,
I
my
think I saw
boy.
something.
Yeah, so we have built in the past. We built a custom integration to them. Jay Wood is their product manager, and let's see, when was the last time Jay? I mean, I know all these guys. I have their personal cell phones, right? Jay, let's see, last time. Maybe I'm not in the right email. Yeah, no, I am. I talked to him, yeah, earlier, like in
OMS
May.
data. Yeah.
Yeah, and what he said was that OMS Vision is in the process of creating an API.
But
That's what I don't like about it.
everybody's still on-prem though.
Everybody's still on-prem, but they want to. So here's what he said. That's possible. I've actually stopped all new beta installs and worked to verify some performance fixes. So they're back in May. They're pretty close, right? And any chance we can get in? Hope all's well. You know, I'm working with a couple endodontists that use it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so he's can't do anything immediately. We're getting ready for beta. So this was back in May. So I assume they should have something, and I'll copy him back.
But their API will just be, I guess, for.
It'll be similar to the
version?
Dentrix. No, it'll be similar to like the Dentrix developer API. So it'll just, I mean, you know this because, when you read and write, especially when you get into writing data back into a database, you can really mess things up. And I hate to say it, but over the last 10 years, when we first started, we messed a few databases up. And so APIs just basically are the gate. They kind of control the data. I mean, you know all that stuff. So, that's what they're building. It's still on-prem. It's just that it's not a web-based API. It's just it's a web service.
Oh, I got it. They're building an API so that you can access it on-prem in a safe manner, essentially. So you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to inject into the database.
You got it. So it's not direct into SQL. That was what people were doing before.
And right now, that's what your syncer is doing, I guess, for some of the guys that don't have APIs, right?
Well, for Dentrix Enterprise, who doesn't have an API, yes, that's correct. And same thing with Open Dental. Open Dental has a little, I don't know the ins and outs of that layer with Open Dental. I think they have a protective integration layer, but they don't charge for it. So, but yeah, so I was just going to show you, here's the Bitbucket repository.
Amazing.
And so what we do is we give you access directly in here. It's, pretty clear documentation on through the helps and things like that. And then what we'll do is we just give you access to, right in here, and we add you in, and then you get access just like these guys. So there's
okay. So I had one actually something I actually don't know. What's the difference in Dentrix and Dentrix Enterprise?
So Dentrix Enterprise is built for the large group practices.
Okay, got it. That's what I think. DSOs, right?
Yeah, DSOs. Like we built it for the largest DSO, the largest pediatric dentist down in San Diego when we first built that integration. And yeah, it's dental support organizations that use that type of thing, multiple locations. He has 5 locations, and it's it kind of similar look and feel. It is also still on-prem. It's all built on SQL and .NET as well. But it's just got a little more scalability to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is amazing information. Oh, one other thing. You mentioned polling. What are people normally doing in polling? I haven't used polling in a long time, but is it like polling, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour?
Oh yeah. How often? Yeah. So a lot of it depends on your servers, right? How often? I mean, for me, with our product where we use the syncer, we do it every hour. And it's just a Delta file, right? It's not the whole database every hour, but still sometimes that can take a while, some processing power. Eric is doing it, I think, every 5 to 10 minutes. So we can do it down to 10 minutes up to once a day. I think on average, most people are doing it about once an hour.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can ping our endpoints, not as much as you want, but I mean, we have lots of real-time stuff going on. Yeah. So, I mean,
perfect.
I guess it's, okay. Let me take this back to Paul and let's get everybody organized since we're having separate conversations.
No,
here.
perfect. This is good. I'll upload this file, this demo, this overview for you. And look forward to working with you guys. I'll send you just a proposal so you have it in your inbox and you guys can start discussing it and let me know when you're ready or if you want payment terms or whatever.
Let me ask the engineering team on our side where we are at with let me look at the specs on what you guys require, and then let me look at in our code base how long it would take to kind of create an endpoint that fits the shape of the JSON file that you guys need.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, great.
Have a good day. Nice to meet you, Wayne. Thanks for reaching out.
Good to meet you, Russ.